What's up, vixens and gentle foxes? My name is Amber the Keaton. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. Let's start the timer. Happy Memorial Day. I am back again with my Ori custom. Hello, LPS cat. Hello, Maeve puppy. Sorry if I can't read your names really well. The lighting's a bit not so great, but yesterday I started this custom. And if you notice from the stream yesterday, hello there, Sylvia Evergreen, you'll notice that it's changed. Because I actually ripped that custom completely apart so I could do it again because I wasn't happy with it. So that was like an hour of work down the drain. But I mean, the more you know, that happens a lot with my customs. It's a lot of trial and error. But today we're going to be continuing this lovely little custom. The neck is a little bit not so smooth, but I plan on fixing that as the days go on. But I just figured I'd stream again for another hour. I've got a timer going on back there, and I'll just set it twice. Oh. People, it's because I've got a live chat. I think that it actually shows up now in just regular videos. If you upload your live streams, it'll actually show up as like the live chat stream. But just in case, I figured I'd say that. But that sucks. I had LPS a long time ago. And I just kind of lost them over the years, I guess. Oh, I forgot to say, if you like this content and you want to see more live streams and more customs, go ahead and like this stream, because, you know, it's always nice to see support. And if you definitely want to see more of this, why don't you go ahead and subscribe so that you can be notified by every time I do a video. You'll be notified, which is always quite nice. I quite like being notified. But all up to you, I guess. Today, by the way, for all the people that are new and that weren't here yesterday, we are continuing my mascot for LPS Amino, Ori, the Skywing. Yeah, I actually recommend customizing fakes over authentics. This was an authentic pet. The problem was that it was a really low quality authentic pet. Same thing with this guy who I'm planning on remaking. This is going to be Peril. I'm going to keep the head, but the body just kind of messed up. They were both very low quality authentic pets. So I didn't have much shame in customizing them. Although I want to get the blue-green crocodile for my LPS series. I think she'd be an interesting little character design to use for the non-customized pets. I don't plan on using too many non-customized pets, though. Yeah, I think the crocodiles are one of my favorite bases, right up next to the Cardigan Welsh Corgis and the foxes. I love me some foxes. I actually have a fox that I'm customizing. This is a fake fox, of course, but I like the fox bases. I also like the wolves. I'm not a big fan of the I'm not a big fan of the dachshunds. I guess I like the Great Danes. I'm not a huge fan of the collies. I mean, I'll take a collie if I can get it, but I feel like they're just overrated. But that's not, I guess. So, happy Memorial Day, everybody. I didn't go to do anything Memorial Day related because it's always the same thing every year. I just kind of respect the troops and then go on my merry way. But still always nice to go do those Memorial Day things, get together with the family. I think I'm about done with the body. Now I just gotta see which one's the arms and which one's legs. So these ones are the arms. And these are the same wires I cut yesterday, and I probably won't be able to show you this stream, but I'm gonna tell you that whenever you're cutting wires for the legs, always cut them a little bit too long if you honestly have to. Don't ever try to cut them just right or a little bit too short, because if you do cut them a little bit too short, you can't fix it. You can't add more onto it. If you cut them a little bit too long, you can always cut pieces off. It's always a nice little thing I like to keep in mind. Oh, Puerto Rico. That's nice. I'm an American, so I take respecting the troops very seriously. But didn't make it this year to Memorial Day. I'm not a big fan of the parades for Memorial Day. I think it's just kind of a waste of time. But some people really enjoy them, so they can have fun. I like the 4th of July parades. They're always quite nice. I do have a dachshund back here. It's a fake of also the eyes I painted, but I'm gonna repaint them back. It's a fake of one of the main characters from Experiment 42, and I plan on making it into a naga. Nagas are, think of a mermaid, but instead of having a fish tail, they have snake tails, and they're one of my favorite, more humanoid mythical creatures. I don't. Okay, let me rephrase this. I was gonna say I don't like sirens. I actually really like sirens. I don't like mermaids. There's a difference between a siren and a mermaid that the LPS community just doesn't seem to get, and that is that mermaids are like herbivores. They're more kind. They're not crazy killers. Sirens will eat you. Sirens are the ones that are aggressive. I always like to illustrate sirens with like shark tails. And I also like to illustrate them with legs, almost like raptor legs. And I guess that is just the way I always romanticize them. But I still think that it's just kind of a stupid thing that the LPS community has mixed up for a while. And it's kind of dumb considering that sirens are pretty mean creatures, and for some reason everybody's making them like LPS Hello Studio. Well, not Hello Studios. I get these two mixed up. LPS Bracken. I I wouldn't consider her characters sirens, I'd consider them mermaids. Well, I mean, some of them. I'm not quite sure yet, though, because I haven't seen. She hasn't come out with a new video for her series yet, so they might be sirens. But I'm pretty sure that they're just mermaids. And I hate it when people draw sirens with mermaid tails and mermaids with siren tails. There's a difference, sweetie. Get it right. Gets triggered over mythical creatures.jpg. People say that I'm very nitpicky about, oh, you're making fun of my style. I make fun of people's anatomy when they draw something stupid. It's a huge problem in the Wings of Fire community, is that people like to say, oh, it's my style, but they draw something completely incorrectly. I already made a video on it, so if you want to take a look at that, you can. But there's a huge difference between style and anatomy. People need to stop sitting here saying, it's my style, when they fuck something up. Because it's not your style, it's you making a mistake. We can't sit here and coddle your poor little feelings because you made a mistake. You've got to fix it. We can't sit here and pretend like nothing ever happened. When you did something wrong, you gotta own up to it. Oh, also, speaking of people doing something wrong and not owning up to it, and I've been meaning to make a video about this for a while, and I was originally going to make a rant about it in Fursuit, but I figured now is as good a time as any, and I'll still probably make a rant about it in Fursuit, but although not a lot of LPS tubers will know about this drama, I am not purely an LPS tuber, I do other things, and this is a drama that's been kind of going on, and there's a YouTuber called Spoctor Theory, or Spoctor Tech now, but he was called Spoctor Theory, and oh, nice, good for you. But anyways, Spoctor is what I'm gonna call him. Was called out for being a sexual predator by Pentagrin, Stories, and Atari. Now, I believe that Atari has owned up to her mistakes, but both Pentagrin and Stories have run away from responsibilities. And here's why. Spoctor wasn't a sexual predator. He wasn't. He was, I think, 16, maybe 15, and people, I think it was actually Stories, went incognito and catfished him into posting like sexual RPs with her or something like that. There are plenty of videos on it. Just look it up and you'll find it. But he is not a sexual predator. They just wanted to make him out to be a sexual predator because Pentagrin's channel was fucking floundering and she didn't have any content, so she wanted to go pick on Spoctor, basically. And the poor kid, the entire community just started believing these idiots with absolutely no proof. And, like, to the point where he apologized for things he didn't do. Spoctor didn't sexually harass anybody on the internet. Also, apparently people have been saying that he was transphobic, and the things that they were saying he was transphobic about, I don't entirely agree with. First of all, don't quote me on this, but they said that he didn't use someone's pronouns or something. The problem being is that they were non-binary or some shit. I personally don't believe in that. If you want to transition to one of the real genders, that's fine, but I don't believe in that shit. I'll still be respectful, but I don't believe at all in non-binary. Humans have two sets of genders. Gender expression is a different thing than being a different gender. I'm a very masculine female, but that doesn't mean that I'm non-binary. But either way, that's subjective, I guess, and I have my different opinions on it. You can disagree with me all you want, that's cool. I'm not against people with different opinions, but they were calling him a transphobe about that, and he's not. He's really not. They basically just made fun. They just shat on him. They've been collecting. Uh, I've been. Girls are strong. Men are stronger biologically, but that's a. This is an argument for another stream. I'll have a political stream one day. But again, that's something for another stream. This is my LPS stream. Let's try to not go too far into politics. But basically, he was absolutely taken advantage of by these people, and they had been, now Atari was not aware of this, but Stories and Pentagon had been trying to collect like shit to throw at him for like at least a month in advance, I think it was. And so they lied, and everybody believed their lies. And then I think it was Ponder Sprocket made a video about why this was a bullshit claim, why what they were saying was not right. And it basically just went downhill from there. And it's funny because the ranting community, I'm part of it somewhat. I guess I like to rant, but I don't like the community. I'm a ranter, but I don't consider myself part of the community, mainly because I find the community two-faced and backstabbing. I find it a horrible community to be a part of because people will just believe random shit that one of the popular dudes makes up. And also, by the way, when I'm saying this defending Spockter, I am by no means saying that I like Spockter. I personally think that his content is absolute garbage. I think that he makes fun of younger ranters because he doesn't have anything else to do. His channel is very bottom of the barrel. He's absolutely just shit. Just absolute shitty content. But I will stand up for him whenever it comes to the pedophile accusations. He wasn't a pedophile. The pedophile accusations was a funny one too, because Stories, if anybody's been in the ranting slash animation community for any amount of time, you'll know about the is Stories an 8-year-old argument. And of course she's not 8. Stories is not an 8-year-old. She was not 9 at the time that they were having these talks or the sexual role plays. I think she was 13 and he was 15. Don't quote me on that. Again, there's plenty of videos with scripts that you can go look at, and they will probably have more information about it than me. But she was not being preyed on by Spockter. She was having a good time talking with him, letting him do this. Which is the sick part about it, because they tried to set him up, and that makes me want to gag. But she's not 8. She was not 8 by the time she was making her videos. She was maybe not of age to be having sexual conversations, but she was about the same age as Spockter. It wasn't pedophilia. And of course they had to change that because they realized, oh gosh, if they find out that Stories isn't 8, we can't make the pedophilia accusations. We'll be slandering. And of course this entire situation was nothing but slander. They just wanted to. I can't speak for not Pentagon. What's her name? Atari, because Atari actually did apologize. She was the only one with balls in this entire situation. She was the only one that was an adult and that would stand up and say that she was wrong, and she was. And although I've lost a lot of respect for Atari, that I am very, I can at least give her the fact that she was able to admit that she was wrong, and I think that that's admirable. I still don't have any respect for her. She still should have been looking at this chat and having red flags pop up, but I think it's very admirable that she did admit to her mistakes. But it's funny because Pentagrin and Stories, they both said, "Oh, Spoctor's gonna after the fallout of this situation, he's gonna take a 2-week hiatus and then come back and pretend like nothing ever happened." Which he didn't. He actually apologized for this stuff, even though it wasn't incriminating, and he didn't do it. He shouldn't have apologized. He didn't do anything wrong. I've got to get a specify. He didn't do any of this stuff. He's not a pedophile and he's not a sexual predator. He's a dick, and his videos are complete trash. His content is like such a garbagey content, but he's not a bad guy. All right, I'd buy him a cup of coffee. All right, that doesn't mean I like his content. It just means that what they said was wrong, and he apologized for something he didn't do. And when all of this, when Spoctor, or not Spoctor, when Pondersprocket made her videos, hello there, when Pondersprocket made these videos, she, what's her name? Pentagrin. Both Pentagrin and Stories did this. Guess what they did? They went on a hiatus. They deleted their channels. They ran away because everybody was calling them out for trying to make a 15, not 15, how old is he? A 17-year-old child look like a sexual predator. Even though what they said wasn't true. They tried to do that. And so they ran away. And then Pentagrin came back on Twitter acting like nothing ever happened. Pentagrin is such a huge hypocrite. Again, look up some videos on her and people can show you how much of a hypocritical, horrible individual she is. I can't believe that she got away with that. Now, technically she didn't get away with it. Everybody found out and now she's gone. I hope she doesn't come back. And it's sad because I never really enjoyed her content, but I never really hated her up until now. I kind of I watched her every now and then. I was never a subscriber, but I didn't think she was capable of being that horrible. And it makes me sick. Like just thinking about how horrible of a person you have to be to literally call a 17-year-old boy a sexual predator for the sake of you getting subscribers. That's what she did. That was the only reason she did it. That and because he made a video saying that Stories wasn't 8. And she was an idiot and believed that Stories was 8, so she wanted to get revenge against the horrible lizard man. And of course he did nothing wrong. He did nothing to deserve this other than disagree with her. And it's just sad. It's just really, really sad that that's what happened. Again, there are plenty of videos on this that have way more information than I do. Please, I beg of you, go look at those before you make videos or try to say anything about any of the people involved in this situation. Because there are countless videos talking about the drama with screenshots of a private chat that Pentagrin and Stories had where they were collecting evidence. Hello there, LPS Summer. But there is that whole situation is why I consider myself a ranter, but I don't consider myself someone in the ranting community. I find the ranting community a horrible place to be in, mainly because of what just happened. People in that community will turn on you on a dime. And it's sad that people are like that. It's really sad. and I feel horrible for Spockter. Again, that doesn't mean that I like his content. I think his content is bottom of the barrel and absolute trash. But I think it's just sad that a 17-year-old boy was made out to be a sexual predator for things he didn't do. They said that he sent nudes to stories from, first of all, if anybody's actually the sexual predator, it's stories. She sent porn to a minor. Actual porn to a minor. She sent Spockter pictures of like random porn stars or whatever and said, that's me, I'm sending you nudes, to try to get him to send her nudes. I don't know if he ever sent her nudes. From what I've heard, there's no evidence of him sending her nudes, probably because he didn't. But she could go to prison for what she has done. She could actually go to prison for that. She is the sexual predator here, not him. And it's sick that she did that. It's absolutely disgusting. Again, I know I've said this 100 times in this video, but please look at the other videos on this situation because they are way more informed than me. Maybe not way more informed than me, but they have actual scripts with exact numbers and dates. There may be some swear words in them, so don't watch them in front of your parents, but it's just truth. They're spitting some truth. And it's sad. It's really sad. It makes me sick that happened. And I hope that the community learns from that mistake. But I doubt it will. I highly doubt it will. And it's sad, because ranting is fun. I think it's a fun way to get out. It's a fun way to get out your emotions. Like what I'm doing right now is a rant. I'm ranting on Pentagran and Stories, who I find both disgusting garbage human beings that honestly deserve to be in jail because they have committed crimes. Slander is a crime. And they could go to jail. I don't know what the... But in America, you can go to jail. Or at least get heavy fines. Again, don't know exactly, but it is a crime. Hang on, let me set the timer again. Hang on just a diddly darn moment. Hang on, guys. I gotta do something real quick. Alright, I'm back. It's funny, actually they both have already gotten it. They've both already been called out for their crimes. And they're both gone, actually. I think that Pentagran is trying to rear her head back into the community. And you know what I have to say to Pentagran? Is, good fucking have fun. Because I find you as one of the most disgusting, hypocritical people on this website. I find you disgusting. I think that you belong in a jail cell. I believe she belongs in a mental asylum, because normal, sane human beings don't do that. Normal, sane human beings do not commit those kinds of crimes and don't say those kinds of things about other people for the sake of getting YouTube monies. I think she's an animal. I really do. She's less than human for doing that. And I think that anybody who does do that is less than human. It's okay to have disagreements with people, and it's okay to make rants about people who are being stupid. Hell, I want to make a Spockter rant because I don't like his content. I want to rant about how his content is bottom of the barrel. But that doesn't give me the right to start calling him a pedophile. That's disgusting. That is the most odious thing. It's just repulsive. It makes me want to dry heave. But nothing I can do about it now. Justice is being served. That's all I can say about it, really, is that it's disgusting. And people like Pentagrin disgust me. Oh, yay! But I guess it's all right now. Because justice has been served. She also wanted to make a rant about Digby. And if y'all don't know about Digby, he's a really funny commentator that makes videos about like animation meme cringe and stuff like that. And I'm not a big fan of that kind of video, but some of his videos are just golden. He's just so funny. He's a bit of a mean person, but I mean that's kind of, well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've never met him in person. But his content is very harsh, but that is the content he's looking for. By the way, that reminds me really quickly. I've been getting some people coming to me on LPS Amino, and I'm not going to say names, but that have been telling me that you shouldn't swear on your YouTube channel because kids watch Littlest Pet Shop videos. All I have to say about that is fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. I didn't choose to have a PG channel. My channel is not a PG channel. It's an art channel. Just because I'm using Littlest Pet Shops as bases and I'm dressing up as a fox doesn't make my channel a children channel. I hate that. A lot of people do that too with like animation channels. They say, "Oh, your content is so gory. Kids watch animations." Well, tough luck, idiot. Tough luck, you shitty soccer mom. It's not my fault that you can't watch your kid on the internet. I hate that stupid excuse of kids watch your channel. I didn't choose my audience. My audience came to me by themselves. And if they happen to be kids, then they happen to be kids. Oh well. If the parents don't want their kids watching my content, then the parents can change their kids, not my content, their kids. They can watch their kids while they're on the internet. But they're not going to change my content because they don't want their kid to be watching swearing. Oh, kids can't be watching swearing. Are you fucking kidding me, sweetie? You do realize that pretty much everybody knows about how to swear by the age of 5. It's not like a horrible no-no. Yeah. Not only that, but 13-year-olds and 10-year-old kids, although they still need some guidance from their parents, they should be able to watch YouTube videos with gore and swearing. That's a stupid, stupid idea to be coddling your kid at that age. If you want to coddle your 5-year-old and try to make sure that they don't see any no, bad content, then that's fine. But whenever your kid's a 13-year-old, give the poor thing a break. They know what they're doing. If they're watching porn, then tell them to not do that. But I'm not uploading porn. I'm uploading videos of me making dragons. And I'm swearing occasionally. And talking about touchy subjects. Oh no. Oh no. Amber makes videos with touchy subjects in it. Oh no. maybe kids should be exposed to these a bit more so that they don't grow up to be dumbasses that want their feelings coddled and loved. In the real world, that's not what happens. Once you get old enough to leave your parents' house, people aren't going to sit there and feel bad and hug you and give you kisses every time something bad happens. They're going to criticize you. They're going to swear. They're going to say stuff you don't agree with. And the sooner you realize that, as soon as you realize that that's how the world is, the easier off you're going to get. People say that I'm cynical and mean. Okay. Have fun living in a fairy tale. Because as soon as you get into college, life is going to take you by the butt and give you the spanking that you need. What else can I talk about? Ooh, I really want to keep talking about the Spockter drama, but there's not much else to say. You know, everybody's been all punished for their crimes. So I guess I don't have much else to say. Oh, I saw this idiot on LPS Amino. I'm gonna not say their name because I don't want to start a witch hunting spree. But they made a post that was so stupid, saying that they don't like the LPS Amino police. And that's stupid. I can understand not agreeing with some of the LPS Amino rules and guidelines, but you do realize that the LPS Amino police are there to make sure that people don't steal your content, right? Like, they're there to make sure that people don't start posting, you're like, taking your customs and calling them theirs. These idiots that don't like the LPS police, or that don't want them anymore, are basically saying, I want this amino to go to shit. Because that's what's gonna happen if they're not careful. I personally think that LPS amino, although occasionally off-topic posts will slip through the cracks, is one of the better aminos out there because of the amino police. There aren't, I don't know, from what I've seen, there aren't a lot of aminos with police officers on it. And those aminos tend to have super off-topic posts, or at least more of them, because the police officers aren't there to say no, basically. And that's just plain stupidity. That's just plain foolish. You know? To say that our amino is bad because the police are bossy. Well, you know what I have to say about that? If you don't want the police to boss you around, maybe you shouldn't be doing things to make them want to boss you around. Maybe you shouldn't be giving them reasons to boss you around. Maybe you shouldn't be so rude all the time. This person, like, told someone to go kill themselves. Of course, I'm not a super sympathetic person, especially whenever it comes to online suicides. But that's still a shitty thing to say. You shouldn't say that. You shouldn't say that. Come on, man. There's no need to be telling people to... Ooh. Oh, hi, LPS Aquatic. Oh, yeah, we're group chat. I didn't see you there. Hello. But anyways, thank you for doing that for me. But, there's no need to be telling people to kill themselves over the internet just because you don't like the LPS police. That's just silly little thing. Just being stupid. Then again, the LPS community is made up of mostly kiddos. The problem with that is that a lot of them are really stupid. Oh well. No such thing as perfection, is there? I also want to talk about this. What time are we on? Now we're almost out of time. Well, not almost out of time, but I'm only going to be streaming for like an hour, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm going to try to stay within an hour. Just because I want to get more content out on this channel so I can be a bit more active. I realize that I'll make a video and then go for like a month without making any content, and I think that's kind of stupid of me. But I actually, I have LPS amino and I have LPS customizing amino. That's a really good amino that not a lot of people are on, and I highly recommend it. So if you're not on it already, join it, please. I'm a curator on there. Drop me a private message, and we can chat about stuff. Anyways, gosh, what was I just about to talk about? I can't remember. Oh, right. I made a post recently that got featured on LPS Amino talking about why the committees, you shouldn't be taking committees so seriously. Basically, for those of you who, oh, thank you. Thanks for that. Thanks. I didn't get your name. Crap. Your reply vanished before I could say your name. But, for those of you who aren't a part of LPS Amino and don't know what a committee is, committees are basically these clubs that are kind of sponsored by the Amino, that LPS Amino does, that are basically every month you have to do a photo shoot with a certain theme. That's the photography amino. Or like every month you have to do a custom within a certain theme. And everyone goes nuts, absolutely nuts trying to get in them. And I made a post saying you don't really have to be a part of them because you don't. I used to be part of the LPS customizing amino, and I'm not gonna say any names, but I actually found it a very rude place. Now, of course, it's probably changed. I was in there like a year ago, and I'm sure that after a year people have changed, people have come and gone, but I found it rude. I found it stupid. I find committees stupid, and I find them kind of toxic, because it basically says we are the best, therefore you must love us. And I mean, not everybody in those committees are like that, but I don't know. I get really bad vibes from the whole committee situation. I don't think that I'm no socialist. I don't think that being an elite person is bad. I just think that for a community made up of a bunch of kids, I don't know. I feel like they can grow egos that are just a tad too big. However, the one thing I do like about them is that it kind of teaches kids that not everybody's a winner. Contrary to popular belief, not everybody's a winner. There is one winner, and everybody else is a loser in that situation. There's no more participation trophies. You don't get a participation trophy. You're either a winner or a loser. I feel like that's what those committees can teach kids, is that you're not always going to be the best in life. So, be prepared to fail. But, I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like committees. Because I feel like it's just a big club of we're the best kind of people. But, I can understand why people would like them. But I also think that, like, yeah, LPS Amino is a really good place to make friends. But I also feel like it's a very strange little amino. But it's still fun. I like it. How much time do we got on the clock? Alright, we can still keep going for a little bit longer. Yeah, I don't know. I just got all my ranting out for the day. Uh, Hang on. Let me keep on making my things. I can't wait for the next episode of Soulbound. Anybody watch Soulbound? I mean, you've got to watch Soulbound. It's like Experiment 42 levels of awesome. Ooh, Chinese dragon. I actually have a Chinese dragon. Hang on, let me grab it. It's very old and it's a bit of a failed custom because it keeps falling apart. But I plan on remaking it. But I love how I did on it. And I'm still probably going to keep it for the sake of looking back at it. But it's falling apart. Not every custom is a success. But that doesn't mean you should just give up on it. I've got a bunch of bases laying around that are unfinished and that I still need to fix up. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to fix them up. Just means they need a little bit of help. Hang on. I know it just looks like I ruined this custom. I didn't. I'm putting some liquid clay in there. Give me a moment. You know, I got a better idea than that. Come here, you little bugger. Liquid clay is kind of like a clay glue. I like to use it when the heads are falling off of things. It's always nice to use it. I ripped the label off of mine a long time ago because I don't want people to look at my brand and say that's the best brand. Because people do that for some customizers. And I'm like, no, it's just the brand that I've learned to work with. Any brand of anything can be great for customs if you just learn how to work with it. Except for Play-Doh. Don't use Play-Doh. Never use Play-Doh. Just take it from me. Your custom will get moldy and it will fall apart. It's not a good thing. Oh, bye, Maeve Puppy. See you later. Summer is just right around the corner from me. I might be going to Anthrocon this year, but I'm not quite sure. It's definitely like something I'd like to do. But I just don't know, man. I've been there a bunch of times, and I think it'd be nice to give myself a break. I don't know if there's any Littlest Pet Shop conventions, but I'd love to see one. If there are, I'd love to go to one and like host a customizing panel. But I don't think that that's a thing, sadly. Who can say where the road goes, where the day flows? Only time. These shoulders are killing me. Hello. I didn't see your name, but you said hi, so hello. Yeah, I kind of want to go to Anthrocon, but I don't know if I'm going. I live, like, close enough to where I can drive there. It'll be a long drive, but it'll be worth it. I guess sometimes it's worth it and sometimes it isn't worth it. Oh, thanks. My fursuit was made by Space Cat Creations. Go check them out. They've got some really cute little fursuits. I think that they're kind of underrated. I like their fursuits better than I like friggin' Mischief Makers. I don't like Mischief Makers at all because all of their suits look the same. Like Majira's suit. I hate Majira's suit so much. Like, I actually don't much care for Majira either. I mean, I'm sure he's a great guy, but I hate his suit. I can't stand it. It's so creepy. I don't know what it is about his suit that's creepy, but it is. Very not nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, I personally recommend going once you turn like 17 or 18 because then you don't have to have a parent walking with you and you can drive there yourself. The con to doing that, the not so good part about doing that is that then you can't use your parents' money. Then you have to get your own money. Uh, no, you can't. You can't. When you're 16, I think you still have to have a parent with you. Because you're technically a minor. I think 17 is whenever you can walk around by yourself. 17 or 18. Yeah, man. You're still a minor whenever you're 16. So they don't let you walk around the convention. Which, in my opinion, is a really good thing, because I've had this happen to me multiple times while I was fursuiting there. Is that people will think that fursuiters are like their babysitters and will leave their children with the fursuiters and walk away. Like, we are not your kid's babysitter. I'm not gonna sit here and watch your kiddo. I have a convention to go enjoy. I'll call the police if you do that. They can be your kid's babysitter. But that's annoying. That's just annoying. But what you gonna do, you know? It's just about time to end the stream. It's almost been an hour. And as y'all know, I'm doing an hour-long live stream. So, I'll have to be leaving you guys in a little bit. Once this marker hits 60 seconds, or 60 minutes, I'm at like 10% battery on my phone. I'll have to leave you guys, so sadness. Much sadness. But this won't be the last live stream I do. So, not quite sadness, I guess. Goodness me. Customs take so long to do. I love doing them, but they are super time consuming. I'm not quite sure I'm in love with these wings, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm going to start my outro right about now, because it's almost time to get going. And we'll just leave you with this lovely little image. So, if all you vixens and gentle-foxes out there like this kind of content, it's more layback. I've done one other video like this where I was just kind of customizing, and if you guys like it, go ahead and like the actual video, boop that like button, and subscribe while you're at it. Feel free to share my videos and my channel wherever you'd like. And again, leave a comment letting me know how much you like this, letting me know what you're more interested in seeing. If you're interested in seeing, oh, thank you. Everybody's in the chat saying goodbye. But if y'all want to see more, painting videos, let me know. If you want to see more sculpting videos, let me know. But, it's just about the end of this stream, so, yeah, I don't really know how to end it. If you like it, and, I guess I'll see you vixens and gentle foxes later. I forgot my outro. This isn't scripted. You can tell it's not scripted because I can't remember my outro. But I'll see you vixens and gentle foxes later. Bye-bye.